I'm David Fairclough, and you're watching Redmen TV.
So, next up, we're going to be picking our players of the month. The first month of Jurgen Klopp in charge, we're going to start then with goalkeeper. Two to choose. I think I know who's going to pick it, or who's going to get picked, but you know what, I'm going to do it nevertheless. Maybe a little bit harsh on my pick, but let's see. Everyone got nearly good to go?
I'll just see Mike's very amusing.
Okay. Neil, do you want to show the camera?
I still reckon Mingale's our best goalie.
Okay.
Yeah.
But has he been our best goalkeeper this month, you think?
Yeah, he has made important saves. I know he was shit against Crystal Palace, but other than that, I don't think he's too bad. I don't hate him as much as most people do.
Yeah.
And he's
my Alberto Moreno, mate.
Yeah, I think he has done probably more than Bogdan. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Mike.
Bruce Grobbelaar.
Bruce Grobbelaar.
Check that spelling.
Sure,
check that spelling.
Spell it. I was a kid when he was around, so I don't know what the spelling was.
Brucey.
Yeah.
That done with.
But wherever he has been in the world, and whatever he's done this month, he's been better in goal than Simon Mignolet.
I'd change your mind to that.
Mike Cooper.
I'm going Mike Cooper. Another ginger goalie.
Yeah?
Yeah, so I'm going for him.
Okay, Chris. Not applicable.
It's true. I'm not giving any type of best goalkeeper award to Simon Mignolet, and I ain't seen enough of Bogdan to give him it either.
Well, I'm giving it to Adam Bogdan because
he's not
there's only been one genuinely impressive goalkeeping performance out of any of these games.
Penalties.
What?
The penalties?
No, it was pre.
That was pre-Klopp.
Yeah. I get mixed up.
Come on, mate. It was the league. It was the League Cup game, and he made some very, very good saves. He dominated his area. He didn't hold on to the ball for a ridiculous amount of time. When he let go of the ball, more often than not, it went to a Liverpool player, the one he intended it to go to, which is a good thing. Look, again, we said it walking out of the game at the time. That one performance is not enough to go, he's our best goalkeeper. I still wasn't fully confident with it. He still looked a bit shaky. He's not played a lot of football. I'd be interested to see if we were enforced and he had to come in. I'd be interested to see how he handled it. I wouldn't be totally confident. But I think the goalkeeper who has impressed me most, even though he's only had one opportunity to do it, was Adam Bogdan. So there you go. Agree or disagree? That's what the comment is for. Okay, we're going to move on to best defender. Best defender of the month. Kick. Yeah.
I changed my mind. It was very close. I went for Sacco.
Ooh, it wasn't close for you at all, was it?
No, it wasn't.
Just to clarify, those who've not seen the subscriber shows this week, Neil doesn't like Alberto Moreno.
Well, I am self-aware about this,
but
and I realise I have a problem.
Are you in step 2?
Yeah. No.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I've admitted I've got a problem.
Has anyone not gone for Sacco? Sacco. Yeah, so look.
Easily our best defender.
By an absolute mile. As with time of filming, he had a scan today, so maybe he could be out for a long time. We're hoping he's not. If he is out, that's a massive miss for Liverpool, because the rehabilitation of Lovren looks to be reasonable so far. Scale's been reasonable, but I think head and shoulders.
Yeah,
Sacco's been our best defender.
Did you see Klopp's comments? Well, he said he'd rather lose 4-1 and Sacco be all right.
Really?
Yeah, which shows you how important he sees him. Oh, how shit scared of Lovren he is.
Well, it's right though. He's come in. Everyone. Sacco's got a lot of fans, and I don't think we've seen enough up to, I think, literally up until recently to suggest that it's entirely founded. But he's been great, and he's gotten better and better and better.
There's a whole story around Sacco as well, the way it's in this month. The crowd totally taken to him chanting his name in the masses they are. All ties in with Klopp coming in. It just seems part of the Klopp sort of coming in. It seems intrinsically linked to that.
But it's like, for me, it's like everybody knew Sacco was a good defender. All Liverpool fans knew, and the new manager's come in and gone, this is clearly the best defender we've got. Why has this guy not been playing? Puts him in, and he's got every Liverpool on side. We've been saying this to the last prick!
Yeah,
How's he not got on?
It's like going into your nan's house and finding a copy of fucking Action Comics #1 in the loft, and you're like, why are you living in poverty? We've got You know, why can't you afford the heating bill, Nan? Sell this, use this, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's only right, I agree.
Common sense.
Exactly, it's like common sense thing again.
But he still had a lot, I think he still had a lot to prove, and I think he's not been exceptional from the get-go.
Is it me, or does he look less ungainly?
Just a bit.
Just
a bit. I love it. There was a bit when he was against Palace when he was running full tilt, and it was like that bit in Friends where you see how Phoebe runs,
classic.
And it's all limbs. He does a little bit like that at times, but look, genuinely amazing. And I say, you look at all the players we've lost to long-term injuries this season. If that's the case with him, I think that's the biggest loss of all of them. Big boots to fill. For someone to come in. Okay, that was easy. Anyway, let's move on. Again, let us know your thoughts. Who's your defender of the month? Let us know in the comments below. Best midfielder. Have you not started fighting yet? Come on.
Come on, boys. I'm ready.
Wow, look at you two.
Okay, well, I'll go first then.
You've done this before, haven't you?
And that is why we like it. Yeah, I will back up. Give Tom a moment to readjust his camera work.
Lucas Leiva has been by far and away the best midfielder we've got in the last month. It's actually been ridiculous how good he's been. I think you don't see it on the cameras when you're not at the game and stuff, but man, he's been controlling the game every single week.
But you know what though, Chris? That's just a classic example of players that are a bit older. They've got all that experience in the bank, like Lucas to me, he's the senior pro in the team, and he looks like the senior pro in the team. We need to buy more players of that age. Exactly, yeah, I'd love to see that, in January.
He just looks like a calm head every single time he gets the ball. Like, I don't know what, his interception seems to be better, his tackling seems to be better. I'm not asked about the yellow cards. I think that he has to do that. In fact, there was a time last night
I want him to get a
where he should have done it when he was running down the left back place with Coutinho, and he attempted it and missed it, and you're like, fucking hell, Lucas, you should have got a yellow there, lad. What are you doing?
He deserves it just for going, you were Derby now after he should have got sent off. And it's just, but you need players, you need those seasoned professionals who are a little bit wily and things. And to be honest, since his form has improved, that just glaring gap in front of what was the back three is now the back four, where you just shat yourself every time someone was on the ball and they were going to shoot. And you make Charlie Adam look great and things like that. That he's just filled that gap, and it is definitely one of the fundamental things why defensively we are more stable.
I can't count how many times where
his header and long away as well.
His head ability is second to none. How cultured he is with it as well. But you know what? It's how many times when someone's head, the attack breaks down, they go to a counter attack or whatever, and I go, and then Lucas literally just glides over, sticks a toe in, doesn't just toe you away. He comes away with the ball, and you're like, oh great. Well, let's go again. Yeah, and and then we press forward from it. Just absolutely sensational.
He looks like he's back to. You remember when he got that horrible injury at Chelsea, and in the sort of 2 or 3 weeks prior to that Chelsea game, he was fantastic. And he looks like, I don't know if he's quite at that level, but he's not far off it.
Yeah.
I think this is he's right on top of his game.
Yeah.
For me, I'd go as far as to say he's playing at that level, or if not.
I think
I think there's a tendency to look back fondly at those times and think, you know what, I've been talking about this for 5 years now. He was fucking amazing back then. I think he's better now.
Yeah, and the fact is, for his experience, and this is a guy who was about to go out the door, and the fact that he got the captain's armband against Palace, completely deserved. He thoroughly deserves that for everything he's done. The way he's turned his career around at times.
Can you ever remember a player at Liverpool that's been on the sort of journey that he's been on? I can't remember any.
Henderson's on the way.
Up and down, up and down.
He's been written off so many times, and he's been maligned and kicked to the sidelines, and warm the bench, and the fact that he still plays footy with a smile on his face, and he clearly loves the club, no boss. And I think he's another one that he'd be a massive loss to us, and I think what's the most important thing I think you can tell is that how we kept him under wraps. He hasn't played everything. We kept him out the cups where we needed to. But what's also telling in that is when we've had to bring him on in those competitions, how much better we've looked coming onto the pitch.
And you see how much Klopp values him as well. You can see almost every game, I think, at the end of the game, Klopp walks off with Lucas. I don't know if you've noticed that.
He's always in his ear, isn't he?
He walks off talking to him at the end of the game. I think he sees Lucas as very much one of the generals.
Like his manager on the pitch.
Yeah, fantastic. Okay, we're going to move on then. Let us know yours again in the comments below. Best forward. I've done forward because
forwards.
Yeah,
Okay.
you know, attacking options if you wish. I've got mine. I'm going to go first in this instance. Okay, it's on. I've gone for. Are you ready? Yeah? Sure? Yeah. I've gone for Roberto Firmino. Now, I don't think he's been, because obviously he hasn't played every game, far from it in fact. I think I could make a strong case for, you know, Benteke's got goals, he's looked impressive, Coutinho scored important goals against Chelsea, I think we'll have him in that, because good to see I'd back in. But as far as the players who I look at and go, we could build an attack around him. I've seen enough, the good things that I've seen him do have made me more excited than any other player on the pitch. I know Coutinho set his own bar very high last season, and I hold him to that standard. So when he falls short, I'm disappointed in Phil Coutinho, and I felt disappointed a lot in the last month, bar in the last couple of games. Benteke again's been a bit in and out, but again, it's not like he's been consistently good. But I look at it and think, I think we've got a real player there, and so I've been impressed. I think there was a real case to be made that he could have been another one of those expensive flops. Hey, listen, he still might turn out to be, but I look at him and go, player, and that's what I've seen this month. So he's been my forward of the month. Anyone want to throw? You got?
Begrudgingly Benteke.
Begrudgingly Benteke, which sounds like that should be a Twitter account. We should probably set up.
I like the alliteration. You know what? I actually agree with you a lot on Roberto Firmino. I think like exactly the same as you. I think we've got an absolute player in there, but you know, for my player of the month, rightly or wrongly, I've got to see who's impacted games, and Benteke has, and there's a willingness from Benteke which he's bought into the pressing. I don't think he really understands it yet. He's at time pressing from the wrong angles and stuff like that. But I wasn't sure whether he would buy into it and whether he could do it, and I've seen that he can, and he can still finish. You know, he had a poor game against Crystal Palace, but you know what? He's still coming back off injury.
We were able to take Firmino out of the firing line, but we couldn't do the same to Benteke, which could have been a talent factor. Mike, what have you got?
I've gone for Benteke.
Okay.
In a weird way, not just for how he plays, but just that how much more potent we look as a team when he's up there. You know, like you saw when Origi was in the side. You know, it just wasn't.
Coiled.
Yeah, it just wasn't right, was it? You know, and it just looked completely toothless to me. You know, it looked like you could play 100 hours and not score. You know, whereas as soon as Benteke comes on the pitch, you're like, he's a striker. Do you know what I mean? Just everything about him just reeks of strikerness. The way he moves around the pitch, you know what I mean? The way he brings people into the game. No, he didn't have a great game against Palace, but I'm really pleased that we've got Benteke. I think most people would agree that it looks like money well spent at this stage. You know, we can't, you know, still relatively early days, but I think he's definitely improved our squad from where we were last year. So for me, I'd go with Benteke, but hopefully there's much more to come from him. But I feel like he's fine. He's sort of found his feet this month after injuries.
Okay, great. Yeah.
I've got a disclaimer on it. I've got Coutinho just for the 3 goals. I don't actually think he's been particularly good. I think he's had quite a poor season, but sort of tying back into what's been like, you know, the best game for me, that was Chelsea. Then obviously without him, that doesn't happen.
No,
and you know, it is that sort of big game player thing again. You know, that Chelsea game was our biggest game of the last month, and he pulls it out of the ass. And sort of, I mean, I was in such a good mood last Saturday. I've been in like that good a mood football wise for absolutely ages. And also yesterday again, he gets us back to 1-1. Now, admittedly, we don't go on to win it, but at least he gives us the platform.
Yeah.
And like we said in the other show, if anyone was going to score, it was going to come, if not from a goal from him directly, it was going to be something he'd set up.
Yeah.
And it is, at the end of the day, it is about the goals, and that's what we're struggling to score. So he gets it just on the goals for me. Absolutely. And that Chelsea game particularly.
Absolutely. Okay, so let us know then your Liverpool players of the month, for your goalkeeper, defender, midfielder and forward. We're still going to do 3 who must improve as well, and if you haven't checked that out already, if you join this section on YouTube, we've already done our best team performance, he said, with a very casual glance down at the words written on his lap, as well as having an in-depth discussion on how we think things have gone in general, the overall positivity that Jurgen Klopp brought to the club. If you're watching this on the subscriber show, you're thinking, shut up, Paul, you tits. I've just seen it, but it's got to be said. Anyway, we continue on. So, I want 3 players who must improve.
Must improve.
Yeah.
I had 5.